8 News reporter Laura Perrot has been on the story since the beginning.
But first, let's get right to 8 News reporter Laura Perrot, who's live in Richmond.
8 News reporter Laura Perrot's joining us live now with the details.
Residents of Bon Air are shocked to hear tonight that those two men who are each convicted of some pretty serious crimes are still on the loose tonight. We're seeing water start to pool in certain areas. The shop is staying open, but the owner boarded up the windows here to try and stop something like this from happening again. Chesterfield County declared a local state of emergency and an evacuation order. There's been a steady line like this since the doors opened at 11 o'clock this morning.
Take a look at these messages that were spray painted here on the steps of St. Paul's Episcopal Church.
The driver of that tractor trailer that hit a Hanover fire truck, killing Lieutenant Clark and injuring other firefighters. The decision for Chesterfield schools to close came as no surprise. RACC will keep restocking the pantry. A very tragic story here today. The sheriff's office tells us this was an elderly couple. The judge's opinion just came out moments ago. Clothing is spilling out of this Our Neighborhood recycling bin and onto the sidewalk. The ceiling just came crashing down. The Wells Fargo building here is all boarded up. Crews finishing up, making some repairs on some windows that were damaged.
I woke up to the alarm company calling me, and they said there's activity happening in your store.
Security cam video from inside Griffin Vape on West Broad Street shows looters breaking the glass door, storming into the shop and stealing merchandise early Sunday morning. Owner Adam Sanabani says the cash register was emptied.
I tapped into the cameras and I just see it's a free-for-all. Like there was 7 or 8 people in there just taking as much as they can, running out, and rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat.
One of his employees soon came by and fought off the looters.
He managed to get everybody out and then flip a big table over just to kind of cover the door.
This is one of several businesses vandalized and looted during protests that turned into riots in downtown Richmond over the weekend. The outrage stemming from George Floyd's death, who was killed after a police officer knelt on his neck for several minutes in Minnesota.
Although I'm disheartened to see that our business was looted, I support the message, and I think it's important that they have some reform.
Keita Jackson owns a nail salon across the street. Her business was not robbed, but there's a crack in the window from a nearby fire that was set in the street. Out of caution, she's packing up and moving her things to storage.
I just need to protect my stuff, so I just feel like I take my stuff and put it in storage, and I don't know, whatever happens, happens, because I don't know where to go next. I have no answers. I don't know what to do, and it's been hard. It's been difficult.
For 85 years, you have stood strong and tall. You've been a wonderful blessing to one and all.
After many years in business and lots of longtime customers like James Taylor, who wrote this poem, Dunn's Barbecue on Mechanicsville Turnpike will be closing.
Coming to an end. A little sad.
Owner Stuart Martin bought the restaurant from his mother, who bought it from his grandfather. His grandfather started the business out of a gas station in 1935 when a customer told him,
"Must have done you a good mechanic, but you're in the wrong business."
Martin took over the drive-in barbecue joint in 1986 and continued to serve up customer favorites.
I always get a barbecue with slaw.
Customers like Taylor have been visiting Dunn's for their whole lives.
We used to come over the bridge and come over here to Dunn's Barbecue.
But Martin decided the time was right to step away.
My wife has done it for 40 years, and it's just taken its toll.
Shirley Crawley has worked at Dunn's for 5 decades.
I'm gonna miss the customers, you know.
For Martin, too, it's a bittersweet ending.
I was happy to be part of it.
Pink clothing donation bins like this one outside Golden Food Mart are scattered down Jeff Davis Highway. The company, Our Neighborhood Recycling, painted on the front. This one reading a for-profit company. Some overflowing with clothing.
Been a nightmare.
Store owner Yuda Najjar says 2 women came in back in 2015 asking him to place the bin in front of his store. He agreed, and since then,
It only been a 1 time or 2 times. They have pay attention to it and clean it and empty it.
the bin now filled so high it won't even shut.
We have to clean every 2-3 days. And if you have looked inside, you see people throw trash.
Another overflowing bin sits in front of this property owned by Bulifant Construction. A violation notice from the city taped to the front window, asking the owner to remove all trash and clothing on the ground in front of the box. Najjar wants his bin gone.
Tried to call multiple people multiple times, but the phone call, it don't take me nowhere. It goes to a Walmart gift card, I think some type of scam thing.
Congratulations! You've been selected for a $100 Walmart gift card.
I tried calling the number on the bin several times and got different answers, but couldn't get in touch with our neighborhood recycling.
This is an identity protection